What's up, guys? You got DJ here from Without Mercy, and you are listening to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience, an experience of teddy bears made of metal, which doesn't seem like it would be like cuddly, but you can still do stuff. You can still get inside the teddy bear. Most of us did weird stuff to our teddy bears when we were younger. I don't suggest that, but I also don't judge. You know, you do you, and it's an experience, and that's why the Metal Teddy Bear is an experience.
Metal Teddy Bear Experience has begun.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We got my boy, Jesse. What's up, dude? How you doing?
We're back. I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm pretty good because we got DJ Temple of Without Mercy. What's up, dude? How you been?
Gentlemen, let us begin the meetings of the computer screens.
Yeah, right? It's so weird, like, now with the podcast, just doing this all over, like, Zoom or Google Meet or whatever. It's been so weird because usually I try to interview bands at the venues, at the show in person. But I got to say, video ain't that bad.
It helps with the smell.
Yeah, right? I had this one interview where we were at the venue and we actually had to do it outside, and it was freezing out, like probably like 20 degrees. And I remember the guy's like, okay, can we finish this now? Like, we didn't want to do the podcast. Like, they didn't want to hold the mic because their hands would be exposed. It was so funny, especially when they were from Texas, so they weren't used to the weather here. Well, we're from Jersey, so where are you calling in?
I'm calling it from Vancouver.
Nice. Devin Townsend City. Or the Canucks.
He owns it. He actually owns it.
Canucklehead. No, I'm sorry. Every time I hear Vancouver, I just immediately think of Luongo from the Canucks, or I think of Devin Townsend. Two things.
Devin's good. I think of Devin or never having victory in NHL.
You a hockey fan?
Yeah, I used to be.
until we never won, then I stopped.
Exactly.
So we burned down our city. That's great. Well, dude, thank you for joining the show. This is awesome to have you on. So what have you been doing during quarantine? How has it been in Vancouver?
It's been weird. Like, we're technically in a suburb about, say, 40 minutes east of Vancouver, and it's like, this is just a weird time, man. Like, nobody knows what's going on really, and you turn on the news, you get a different answer, and then you talk to a doctor, you get an even different answer. Well, lucky for me, the dudes with the signs that just say the end is nigh. I don't even know what nigh is. I think they might have mispronounced, like, neighing of a horse or something. I don't know.
Is neigh.
It's been a thing, bro. It's been a thing.
Have you been able to, like you said, this is your studio now. So is this like at your home studio, or is this like a studio at like a different building?
Right. I run a music academy, like a brick and mortar location. So I'm at my brick and mortar location right now for my Temple Music Academy, where we teach young kids metal stuffs.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. So during quarantine, did you have to do like video lessons or anything like that, or you?
Yeah, we totally switched online for a month or two before where we were. It got a little safer, so we just kept monitoring, and eventually we're able to open like 60-40, and now we're rolling like an 80-20 experience. So
okay.
It's been interesting, man.
That's fantastic, because I always think, like, when it comes to music or any of that stuff, it just is what it is. It feels like it always hits the hardest because, it's just like, that's what I always worry about. I never want the music lessons to go down or the music venues to go down. So I'm glad you're doing all right. That's awesome.
Yeah, but we're pretty lucky where we're at. Like, I mean, the community's really been cool. They've rallied together. We're in a town called Abbotsford, and Abbotsford's really rallied together. It's been pretty insane. So that's, grateful for that.
Awesome.
For sure.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, here in New Jersey, we had a lockdown pretty hard, considering that we're next to New York. Like, what are we, 20 minutes away from New York? So, yeah, we locked down pretty hard. But now things are slowly opening, like 20% capacity and outdoor stuff like that. So a little bit back to normal, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit the opposite. No one really rallied together here. They're like, oh, I can take this mask off in public. Yeah. And they're just like, no. It's like, come back.
We like the news. It's fun right now.
Yeah. I like kind of seeing, I think one was very perplexing. I saw this whole family with masks except for the dad. He was just like, you guys stay safe. It's hard to breathe in that thing. I was like, what? It's like, you guys all went through the trouble. Be a unit at least. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, all right. It's like someone said, kids, put on the mask. He's like, I got asthma or something. Screw that thing. I was just like, all right, it's good for you, I guess. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Well, speaking about the band Without Mercy, can you give us a little bit of like a history of the band? Like how did you guys form? How long was it, like, an idea, the whole history of it?
Yeah, somewhere around 2007, I think, maybe 6. I had the idea to start a metal band. I really just wanted to. I had met Dimebag in Vancouver, and I told him I really, really wanted to start a band, and he was like, "Well, then just fucking do it." Like,
Sounds like a dime package.
so, I was like, "Yeah, it's fair. That's fair. Where's a dime?" So I started finding members, switched a few members along the lines, and now we're on the era of our like 5th studio album, I think it is. Seismic coming out November 20th. We're super pumped, dude. Like Jeff Loomis is on the record. Like freaking Chris Broderick's on the record. This is insane right now.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I was like, you had the 2 best Nevermore guitarists featured on your album. Like, how'd you meet those guys?
So Chris has been a friend of mine for a few years. Met him outside a show a lifetime ago, and now we kind of hang out doing the guitar thing every Saturday. So that was just like, yo, Chris, can you hook a brother up kind of thing? And I'd never expected him to say yes. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then I just want to, on a side note, his solo that he put on our track, Disinfect the Soul, that's like, none of us like expected it. We were sitting there like, holy shit. And he just like takes you somewhere. He just like goes somewhere. And then Jeff was just basically, if you stalk someone long enough,
you catch them at their most vulnerable, and they will finally say yes.
Jeff and I had a mutual friend, and I asked the mutual friend to ask Jeff to pretty please read my email.
That's so sick.
That's awesome.
Kind of started from there. And dude, I gotta say, like, both of those dudes are like, if you look at like the skill of guitar playing, like whatever you want to call that, are like 10-fold nicer people than they are good at their instrument.
Damn.
It's insane. Like you're hanging out with these guys. Like I told this other dude the other day, like my dad died 7 years ago, and Chris Broderick fucking phoned me to make sure I was okay. Like, wow. Who does that?
Damn. Yeah, no.
Like,
only close people. That's crazy when you hear like very skilled or very famous people. Like when stories like that, you're like, wow, they're for real. That's good. It's good to hear.
100%. And Jeff is from now. I'm sorry, my knowledge of American geography is pretty terrible. Right. So I'm going to ask this horrific question right now on air.
You might be just as bad.
Is Wisconsin at all considered Midwest? Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
okay.
I would consider it, but watch, we're wrong. We're all wrong. We're
Google for Wisconsin.
Okay, because I think Jeff's from like Wisconsin originally.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And like he is your stereotypical Midwest guy that like we're working together on the solo, we're doing all this crazy work, and he like I'm hanging with him at his house, which is just unheard of. The inside dude is like just losing his mind, and Jeff is consistently concerned with like, oh, is the house warm enough? Did you get enough to eat? Can I get you more coffee? Maybe we'll order a pizza in like an hour. Make sure you get fed. I'm like, holy shit, dude. What the hell, man?
That's the opposite of like, when they say don't meet your idols, that's like the opposite. Like he actually is awesome.
Oh, he's just a wonderful human. He's the kind of guy that like after a long road traveled and he would see you out on his lawn or something, he'd come out and like, oh, come on into the house, boys, like all those classics. Like, I feel like he was like Superman's dad, except that would imply that I was Superman, and I do not look that good in tights.
Or tired. Superman retired.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a Midwest kind of thing. Yeah, Wisconsin's kind of directly in the middle of the country. Yeah, so seems like it's Midwest. I don't know. I would say so. Because that also sounds like nothing like East Coast hospitality. People are...
Yeah, no.
You got to get to know them a little bit before they start doing stuff like that for you. It's like, just is what it is. They're frowning until you become their friends. Like, oh, yeah, how's it going?
Or like if you walk on the sidewalk, they're watching you. Like, what is that person doing?
I will say though, I love it though. I remember when I back when work was a thing, and I used to actually go into the city to work. I remember I was like at a taxi line, and some guy cut, and you just see one guy, hey, what the fuck? And I was just like, It's kind of awesome. I was like, it's just kind of funny. Like, you just see this random outburst of East Coast anger just come out of nowhere. You're like, whoa, all right. Everyone's on edge. Watch out. That's great. You get good ball breaking around here, though. So I kind of,
Yeah.
it's a good trade off.
Right.
I wouldn't want my car to break down around here, though, I guess. Definitely a Wisconsin thing. I'd be like, oh, come next to the fire. You want some tea? We'll call you a car. I'm like, yes. This is awesome.
So before you mentioned meeting Dimebag Daryl and just wanting to start a band, was Pantera like a major influence on your style?
Yeah, Pantera's when I clicked into the Matrix. You know what I mean? Like that was my like holy
Breakdowns.
shit. Like
This is what the world's really like. Oh my
I'll
God.
never forget that Shedding Skin song when he's soloing over his own solo. Like I don't even.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. I remember my one friend's like, I can never get into Pantera. It just sounds like video game metal. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it just sounds like, like a Nintendo game. I was like, bro, get out of here.
Get him out of here. Send him
You know,
somewhere.
And we haven't spoken since. Right?
Exactly. So what other bands are there too?
That I love, like, oh, dude, how much time we got?
An hour. 45.
Like Pantera's obviously the greatest thing ever. That led me into a lot of shit. It's like Meshuggah. I can't believe what's going on when you watch that band. That just doesn't seem human.
Yeah.
Dude, live they take it to another level too. It's like nuts. Like the albums are that good, and then live you're like, wow.
It just doesn't make any sense. Freaking Cattle Decapitation's unreal. Whitechapel's unreal to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Murderers Row.
Recently, a student got me super into Infant Annihilator.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't, and the kid was like 12, so I'm like, what the hell are we watching right now? Lyric videos going. I'm like, oh my God, you should not be listening to this. But
Oh. Did he show you the one where they're just frolicking through the woods?
yeah, and they're like doing shit.
Yeah, they're basically it's just them basically air fucking each other for 4 minutes straight while brutal music is playing.
Oh my God.
I was
Which led me to Bro Job. Have you guys heard of Bro Job?
No, Jesse's talked about them though.
Oh, teeny weeny.
Oh, buddy. Oh,
Yeah.
buddy.
Now I gotta check this out. Usually I ignore Jesse when he talks about this kind of stuff.
Oh,
I'm like,
my
nah.
God.
Now that you mentioned it, I have to watch it.
It's one of the
I
greatest
heard that
openers.
track.
for
Like, I'm
summer.
legit crying right now. It was so bloody funny. I heard that track, We Are the Boyfriend Stealers. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
never
just
listened
about
to
that.
it, but I look at the track name just to brighten up my day as The Birds and the Breeze. Every time I look at that, I never listen for some reason. I never click on it, but I'm just like, I don't know why I love that name so much.
Yeah, so here's the hilarious thing about Bro Job, and I'm sure this is what they were going for. Like, the song titles and lyrical content are fucking hilarious the whole time. But then you're like listening to it going, this is actually legit really good though. That's the thing.
I feel like I get that same vibe from Psychostick, where they're like a humor core band. I even love how they made themselves humor core, not like metal or anything. But like they're actually really good guitarists, really good vocal, like really good songwriters. Like it's spot on. Like you ever hear the radio single they did? I was like, oh my God, that is like the quintessential radio single, like intro, chorus, verse, chorus kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I haven't. I should check that out for sure.
Oh,
I'll do that
definitely.
if you guys listen to Bro Job.
Oh, dude,
Oh, right after this.
That's the sound of 1,000 clapping. Awesome.
Oh yeah. You have the perfect heart-shaped ball sack. That's my favorite.
Oh, so good.
That's awesome.
All right, so a little bit about your album coming out November 20th, Seismic. I noticed that you guys worked with Blood Blast on this. I think they're like a distribution label kind of thing with Nuclear Blast, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, that's actually a really good story at the end of a total depressing heartache, shoot yourself kind of thing, which was don't actually shoot yourself. I'm not saying that anymore. But like, we had finished the record and then started the shopping process. We had management and stuff, right? And we're starting the shopping process. And like, we're getting feedback from these labels that we all admire about, hey, no, you guys suck. No.
Wow.
And we're like, oh, Jesus, ow. Like, it just
what the hell?
Perpetual awful comments, and then just not even replying with some of them. And you're like, I just fucking give up. This is unreal. And then Nuclear Blast, of all fucking people, It's like, yeah, we'll give them a shot. I think we'll throw them on the distribution thing with the Blood Blast thing. And now I'm getting emails from like the big wigs over there going like, none of this makes any sense right now. That like the label's 3 rungs under you guys. We're like, and you guys are like, fuck, sure.
So is it
like
Nuclear Blast USA or Europe?
Europe,
Okay, yeah, that's their headquarters. That's really good.
which is unreal to us. We're still like I'm one of those losers that I have it screenshotted on my phone still. Like,
No, of course.
Like,
It's your wallpaper.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
While I listen to Bro Job. And then the Blood Blast thing kind of came to be, and they helped us to get it digitally distributed and stuff. And they're the one thing I got to say about that too is like they're so insanely supportive, and it's not like the quintessential story you've heard about where they're like, oh, the label like took all your money and like you have to be beholden with like ceremonials of witches and things to the people. And like instead they're like emailing us going, hey guys, congrats, it's on Spotify, you know, way to go. And they're like, what the hell? Like not just anybody, like the head dudes at the place are emailing you personally going like, hey, how's that? I like the guitar solo, that was really cool, nice video, man. Hey, are you doing that podcast? Or blah, blah. What the hell?
That's sick, especially nowadays with everything being digital. I know some labels haven't jumped on that train like a lot, but I think it's really cool that Nuclear Blast actually has a whole like distribution label like Blood Blast, because I was reading up about them too, and I was like, oh, this is for digital marketing, promotion, all that. So I'm assuming it worked really well for you guys as soon as you jumped on it.
100%. Like it was they asked us like our questions, like when do you want to put it out, what is good for you guys, do you guys have a PR team, what do you guys want to do?
Obviously, I'm just telling you what to do.
Yeah, 100%. And then like they would give advice. They'd be like, I wouldn't really, maybe we should try this. I'm like, cool, man, I'm new to it on that front. So I mean, kind of heard of you guys before, so maybe I'll just do what you suggest. You know, and it's been a blast. You know, I get to hang with you guys now, 2 new best friends. It's pretty great. Like it's pretty sweet. This all honesty still seems like a blur to me, and I don't understand. So I'm like, cool, I'll just ride the wave and have fun while we do it.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Also, because you could have like, because you know about them, and it's just all that experience behind it too. So it's like you can just trust what they say too, and their ideas. It's not like a lower like record label. Sometimes you're like, it kind of sounds kooky. It's like, no, they know what they're doing. If they don't, then who the hell knows what they're doing if they don't?
Well, 100%. Look at their roster. Like, oh my God.
It's insane. Like, wow, that's awesome.
I heard that was also from Roadrunner. A lot of people left Roadrunner and went to Nuclear Blast. I'm not sure if it was like USA Nuclear Blast or Europe, but I know they're intertwined. So like I heard it that's why it went up like a crazy amount. A lot of Roadrunner bands actually went to Nuclear Blast too.
No, I didn't know that.
Is that what Monty Connor?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that guy basically signed all the big Roadrunner metal bands at the time. So it was like, okay, you guys don't want me, that's cool. And he just started signing everybody. It's like, I don't know how, like, it kind of blew my mind when like Roadrunner still wanted to sign heavy bands. Like, why would you get rid of a guy like that? Because now it's like whatever. It's like, I don't know the insides and out, but
eternal drama.
Yeah, they got Nuclear Blast got even better, dude. That's insane.
Way to shit the bed, bro.
Unbelievable. Dream Theater money went to your head, right, kid?
Oh man. So just talking about the singles you guys put out, Uprooted, Disinfect the Soul, Disaster. Do you guys plan on putting out another single before the album release, November 20th?
No. I think it's just going to be straight up the album at this point.
Okay.
I do know there's some other videos, like Broderick shot a video of him playing the guitar solo, so we're going to throw that out pretty quick. Awesome. And there's another lyric video I think that's going to come. It might come post-release. It depends what the publicist wants to do, and those guys are scary, so I just humbly obey. They yell a lot, dude.
Listen. Yeah. Well, I find it interesting now how bands have been putting out like their songs or their albums or the EPs. Like we've talked about this before on the podcast, but like with the Casey Strain, they did it where they put out like 2 or 3 songs like an EP, and then a couple months later they did another 2 or 3 songs, and then eventually that was the full album. Like all the EPs together was the full album when it came out. And then you have other people that were like, I'm pretty sure Trivium dropped like 5 or 6 singles before the album came out. Like half the album was already out before they released. Same thing with Black Crown Initiate. So it's really interesting how each band or label, like how they want to market the album.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like I think they call it like trickle effect or just surprise effect. I don't remember if Beyonce was the first one, but I remember Beyonce just dropped an album. Nobody freaking knew there was another one coming.
Yeah.
It's
And
insane.
yeah, or you can just do the U2 and forcibly put it on our iPhones and piss us all off.
Yeah, right. I think Avenged Sevenfold did the surprise album drop for in the metal community or rock community, whatever you want to talk about that. And they said how they kind of regret doing that in a way. They said it was a cool experience, like they actually glad they did it. But now looking at it, they were like, no, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah. I mean, for someone like us too, we're constantly trying to tell people we exist, right? We're like, hey, like, can we please play too? Can we be at the party too? We're a bunch of frozen Canucks up over here. Like nobody gives a shit.
Has it been harder now with the quarantine? I mean, I'm assuming it is harder now that you're not able to play shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the withdrawal syndrome is weird because like we usually we're touring right now, so this is really weird. But
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of focus all of our attention on making sure the record was flawless. And there's the one thing to say about that is like, if we were touring, we wouldn't have been able to shoot the videos that we were shooting and stuff. So it's kind of like just adapting and moving to the left, so to speak. And and that's been mostly what it's been like for us. We still rehearse all the time. We still write all the time. We still, look at each other in the mirror and it's like, damn.
So you guys all live together in the same or nearby, so you guys can actually jam together.
Yeah, within reason. We're at this weird like nexus point, and we all live kind of like 30 minutes from the nexus point.
Okay,
nice.
sweet. So no one in another like state or country or anything like that.
No, that would be really crappy.
Instead, Todd lives in Florida. It's really rough to get to Todd.
But it's funny when you
Who's
talk to bands
Todd?
like that. They're like, "Well, he lives in Arizona. We live in Pennsylvania," and it's like, "Yeah, well, I guess we'll see him." Like Trivium, actually, they all started moving back to Florida. Like I know, like Matt lived in Florida, and I think Corey might have. And then I know we were talking to Paulo, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm moving from Chicago back down to Florida." And even Alex now, they're all down in Florida just so they can always jam and be together. I was like, "Wow, that's dedication to just uproot your life just for your band."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But it's
I
also
fault-
Trivium, so I mean, they're awesome.
Yeah.
We also got to follow momentum. Like it's good that you guys keep doing stuff. But I noticed there was a few bands, especially smaller bands. Like there's a few bands around here. I'm not gonna name names, but like they're really good. But when you stop, like you said, you have to keep reminding people that you exist because people's brains are just everywhere. If you're not in front of them, they're like, hell, I do that with some of my favorite bands. I have to look at my Spotify. I'm like, oh yeah, I love them. I remember. It's like it's so hard because like there's so much in there. Where if you're not doing anything during this quarantine, like I saw a few bands, they just didn't put out anything. They released a song, and it was just months. It was like, what happened? Like their growth stopped. Where it's like bands like you guys and other bands that we've talked to that keep hustling. It's like, yeah, that's the one good thing about quarantine is like you can kind of put out all your digital content, just constantly like put shit out.
Yeah, it allows us to pay more attention too, right? Like I'm reading emails better, I'm responding to emails faster, and working and not working or whatever. But like you adapt, and that's the key detail I think in this whole thing. Nobody really knows what the hell is going on, and that's like what are we supposed to do? Nobody freaking knows. That there's no playbook for this. So
all the old pandemic musician's handbook. You want me to give it to you? I'll email it to you.
Well, I saw this like interesting article online. It was from Polestar.com, and it was about a German scientist. He did an experiment at a show. They had like, I forgot how many people were there, but it was like I think 1,500 or whatever. They held a concert and they did like some experiments to like with the ventilation, how close people were, seeing like which was safer and how long people were actually in like direct contact with each other. And they're saying the most important thing was the ventilation. And if venues and arenas or whatever can get that right, shows can continue without massive spikes. And I mean it is kind of obvious, ventilation. That's why they keep telling you to stay outside, outdoor festivals and stuff like that. All that. But do you think if like this takes on, do you think people, promoters or bands would want to go out?
I think the real question is, because we were just talking about this, I said if shows came back instantly tomorrow, you were allowed to go back to shows, would people go?
Yeah.
And then,
it's a tough
then
one.
the second question would be, is there anywhere to go? Like where we're at, before a pandemic was even a thing, there was like 3 venues left. And it's, anybody could just Google the Vancouver housing crisis, and it's so much worse than housing where like 4% of the entire city owns 99% of the land and stuff, and
Wow.
it's ridiculous how many people are getting those rent evictions. I don't know if you guys have those around there, where they're like, well, I can't evict you, but I can say that I have to renovate something for safety, so I'm evicting you so I can renovate this. And then they get evicted
Wow.
and they renovate it and go, yeah, it's going to be a brown social house now, so you've lost your live venue. Sorry.
Jeez,
Damn, I did not hear about that.
We just have the rent raising. That's all we have. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't for people, but more for like stores. They'd be like, we don't want the store here, and you just kept raising the rent until eventually they would leave. That was like the only thing I ever saw like that.
Yeah,
That's rough. What
dude,
the hell?
I mean, I'm a small business owner. They screw with my rent time and time again too, and I'm like, this is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't understand it. Like it's like, because I don't understand it from like just the other point of view. Like I've never been a landowner, like just like thousands of properties. Like, yeah, maybe I'll just raise it 1% over here. I don't care. Just like, I don't know. It's like, are their prices getting raised, or are they just being scumbags and be like, nah, fuck it, DJ?
Well, I think I mean, we've thought that for sure, but like some of the places, like Rickshaw Theater, for example, it's a famous place in Vancouver. It's like honestly, it's one of the dopest venues to play. It's freaking sick. If you look at any metal band worth their salt in the last 5 years, they've played the Rickshaw. And the way they do it is like this old school theater kind of thing with a raised stage that's massive, but it's all set on like a decline down towards the stage.
Oh, like a movie theater kind of deal?
Yeah, dude. And it's, oh my God, it's so sick. I saw Black Crown Initiate there and was like, this is insane, dude. And
That's awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Wes Hawk not play with them for a long time? Am I crazy?
Not sure.
Wait, did he play with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he played with them not this album, but sometime before. I forgot if he just toured or he wrote with them. I forgot what he did.
So that's how I discovered Wes Hawk. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Isn't that great when you're like just hearing about yourself, like, oh yeah, and then you hear like an interview or something, who the fuck is that guy?
Oh,
That's
dude,
like a good feeling.
Dude, I couldn't believe that guy. That guy's insane. He's so good. Anyway, I digress.
Well, I only knew him from the Faceless. So, like, when I saw him play with Devin Townsend, and I saw that he played with Black Crown Initiative. I'm like, I did the same thing. I was like, oh, shit, this guy's not just some single sick guitarist. He's just, like, cruising through all these bands. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll come in and kill it. I don't care. Let me do my thing.
Yeah, guys, beast mode. Beast mode.
Well, going back to this article on Polestar, they also did a survey with all the people that attended. They said if like you said, if concerts come back tomorrow, would people go? And they said they would gladly wear masks and whatever protective gear just to go to shows again.
I triple mask it, honestly. Well, it depends on the band.
Man, it doesn't work. It's just like condoms.
I just saw it. Just would you put a plastic bag over your head, DJ? Would you?
Well, first of all, I kind of already have to get laid.
They just knew how I looked.
Exactly.
I wore a paper bag and I filtered through the paper. I was like, fuck. I was like, get out of here. You can't trick me.
I've got so much acne, a blind person could read it.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Shit.
Skin braille.
And then also in the article, they said one of Germany's most successful promoters, he said that he spoke to a lot of politicians and whatnot, and they said that a lot of them are just simply afraid of opening or giving any sort of making a decision because they don't want to be the ones responsible. Like this asshole said it was okay, and look what happened. Like they just don't want to be that guy responsible. So everyone's just backing off and just waiting for like someone else to do it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a messed up time, man. I wish I was more educated, that I had more science to back my decisions or understandings. I just
100%.
like, I mean, over here where I'm on the west coast of Canada, and so like over here we have this doctor named Bonnie Henry, and she's kind of like the medical, I don't know if you call it surgeon general. I don't even know what her title is. She's like the head dude. You know, that's my scientific term. She's the head dude.
Yeah.
And,
I would fucking believe that.
So we just listened to her. We're like, I guess I don't have a medical degree, so I don't know.
That is the kind of problem where I always thought about. Like, I always just listen to smart people, but like, it really does come down, like, if someone just seems, it doesn't even have to have a degree. Like, some people literally could just sound smart. You're like, yeah, it sounds pretty reasonable. It's like, dude, that's not how it works at all. Do you know science? I'm like, no, I don't. That's why I'm believing this psychopath. I'm sorry. Like, smart people, save me. You hook me out of this dumb area I am.
This reminds me of Bill Burr on Joe Rogan. I'm not going to
like-
discuss this with you. No medical degree.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what it's just what it is. Like, I listened to this, like, this lawyer podcast. Like, this guy does pro bono work for, like, wrongfully convicted people, and he went over, like, a few of the sciences that are wrong in, like, a courtroom, like, and he's just like, yeah, and people just go in there as a jury and they just say shit at them, and they're like, even if it's 100% wrong, it's like, yeah, I don't know blood splatter. What the fuck are you talking about? It's just like, yeah, if you hit it at it, like, yeah, well, apparently that's like bullshit. The guy went over. He's like, yeah, a lot of it is kind of, you can't recreate it. Like, they hit it like 1,000 times to recreate the one blood splatter. It's different every time almost. So it's like, and he just went over this thing. I was like, I wouldn't know that. Just some guy would have came in with a smart looking face and be like, yeah, clearly if you hit this lady in the head with this bat, the blood would have hit there. So he's the killer. And I'm like, he's the killer. What can we do? It's just like, I can't argue that. Like, I'm just like, yeah. It's just like, that goes with everything. I see people, like, when people talk confidently and I know they're not smart about, at least about that subject, I'm just like, you're crazy, bro.
You just made me want to watch Dexter now.
Well, that was the problem. Well, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm actually 3 seasons in. I haven't finished. I think it has 8, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. DJ, were you a huge fan of Dexter back in the day?
I absolutely was till the ending.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. They're like, don't even watch the last season. I was like, okay.
Honestly, stay in the 4th season. Right after the 4th, just restart. Watch it again.
I remember when it first came out, though, I was a little, it was like a new format, how an entire season was one killer, right?
Yeah.
And that was weird.
It was nuts.
So used to, like, him solving a problem every episode. That was the standard at the time. So that was kind of interesting concept, though, and based in Florida. So, you know, that was weird.
Miami.
I just loved that one moment in every series. There was Dexter's fucked, deal with it. And it would just, like, the world is closing in on him. And somehow this little nerd that knew Kung Fu would just fight his way out of everything. And I'd be like, what? Like, how did he get out of that?
I'm 3 seasons in, and after season 1, I was just like, where's this show going to go? Like, I felt like they did so much in season 1 where I was like, I don't know where the show's going to, and then season 2 came and I was like, oh, they're going to go that direction. That's smart. And then after season 2, I was like, okay, now where else are they going to go? Like, how did this go on for 8 seasons? And now season 3, I'm like, oh, okay, they're taking this direction.
Who's the main killer in season 3?
Well, right now he killed this DA's brother, and now he's getting like this. I don't know. He's getting really friendly with the lawyer because he found out he killed the killer. I butchered that one.
Okay.
I don't know. That was a good enough.
Yeah, I know that one. The guy he's friends with, he killed the guy, and then the other guy's friends with. Yeah, no, I got it.
As I was saying, I'm like, this is the worst description ever.
Yeah, right up there with the.
I'm cutting this out of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
So here's my review of Dexter. Some dude, he kills this other dude. This guy's friends with this dude. And he meets a girl. She actually is related to the dude that's friend with the other dude. It's crazy.
And it turns out blood splatter's bullshit.
Yeah. His whole job, his cover is not even real.
Oh, sorry for that.
Thank you with your butthole.
Don't worry, we're a professional. Don't let this kid you.
Oh, great. As you can see, my shower towel is right there. It's drying off. Very professional.
It's very, very economic too. You're reusing. Yep, it's good.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I remember someone said that. I record a video and they're like, dude, you have your towel in the video? Get the fuck out of there. You look like an animal. I'm like, yeah, my bad. So
speaking about Dexter though, Jesse actually used to have a background where it's like a white, like, you know, when he like puts all the sheets around, that's what Jesse's like. It looks
yeah, I wanted to seem like I have a little bit of personality and show a little bit of my room, even though it looks stupid, but hey. I was too lazy. I didn't want to put it up again. I was like, I just don't want to put it up.
I just like Dexter, how he basically calls out that Miami is terrible police work.
Yeah. It's like, you just need a feel-good serial killer to come in and just fucking solve everyone's crime. What was that Bill Burr bit? He's like, yeah, you know, parenting, it's all about playing catch with your kids. You know, you find out. It's like, even if you kill someone, come to me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you in. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you in. What is this, Dexter? Like feel good serial killer comes in. I'm a killer, but I only kill the bad people. No, you're going in. We'll lead you down there. I still love you though. I'm like, yeah, I feel like it's tough.
Have there been any I mean, during quarantine, a lot of people have been trying to keep busy with stuff, either by playing guitar or just watching shows or movies. Is there anything that you started focusing on?
Yeah, actually, like personal health and stuff like that. I got super into it. I found a trainer, and I've been like doing like meditation 5 times a day, and
Wow.
Nice.
really trying to get my head and my body back to it. But it's been fun. It's been a cool journey.
Kudos to you, man. I can't meditation and yoga and all that. I can't do it. I feel like I don't have the patience for it. I just get very upset.
Well, that's why you're supposed to do it.
Here's the
Yes.
medicine. I just get angry when I can't control myself.
Oh shit, but that's a good one. Usually people say, like, yeah, I've been binging and eating a lot of chips and watching shit. And you're like, nope, going healthy.
Well, trying. I mean, if you saw my gut, it was there for days. You know?
Jesse hit a new record today.
Yeah, I just hit a PR actually. Just hit 300 for the first time. What's up? Keeping it high. Gotta keep it high. Body weight.
Hey, end of the day, it's just a gas tank for the love machine, bro.
Dude, the amount of carbs I can keep in here, bro, it's over.
See my abs? I just got one, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, considering today's Halloween, happy Halloween, by the way. I don't think I actually said that. Are you doing anything for Halloween? I just realized right now it was Halloween.
Yeah, I have Halloween's my favorite day of the year, so we have a thing in my house where we all get together and try and watch the most fucked up movie we can possibly find. Which is rough because I watch them all year anyway, so it's rough to find something. But last night we went and saw a Come Play, I think it's called. It's this new one about it's actually perfect timing that it came out. I guess the premise is like this creature is created from sheer loneliness and how we're all on our social media, so we created this like epic being to have this ability to come get us through our screens, and once it decides it wants you, you can't get away. It was like,
damn.
How do you
it was
kill
pretty interesting. Man.
You turn the phone off. That's how you kill it. They found out later. Everyone just collectively turned their phones off and the movie ended.
They found out later. Like my wife and I were looking through the list of like top 10 scariest movies of all time or whatever. And like, cause my favorite movie of all time is The Exorcist. I think that's just a brilliant movie. Absolutely brilliant. Especially if you can do like the secret to The Exorcist, honestly, is to put yourself in the headspace of like living in Georgetown in 1977. Now watch the fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I like about that one, and I like, you know what, Pet Cemetery too, because Pet Cemetery also, but is like those two are super old and they fucking hold up. Like there's some old horror movies you watch, like I was watching, I don't know what you think about Halloween, but I actually really liked Halloween 4. But you watch Halloween 4, and this one guy, Michael Myers, just cripples this town. He takes out the electric, takes out the phone line, and and in my head, I was like, if this was now, everyone would just pull their phones off. They're like, I got to go travel by horse to get the fucking state troopers. It's like, no, you just call them. It would be over. It's like this movie could not happen now, like at all. Like. And it kind of bummed me out. But those two, like Pet Cemetery, like the balls to kill that kid. One, back then, like Chris is not into horror movies, so explain, like you couldn't do fucked up shit back in the day. You would do fucked up shit, but the good guys always had to win in the end. Or they just some resolution, but they never harmed the kid. And Pet Cemetery was the first one. Was like, fuck it. Run that kid over. It's over. Get him out of here.
Run that kid over with a semi truck in front of his parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They didn't just half-ass it, bro.
No, they went all the way. It was awesome. Well, it's awful, but it was awesome. And that's why
that kind of just remember what was that movie, dude? We watched. You made me watch with the like. Oh my god, this guy killer. He just kills everyone. Kills all these kids on a bus. You made me watch this movie.
Jeepers Creepers 2.
Yeah.
They're not kids. They're college kids.
Oh, really? I thought they were kids.
Adults. And they're trapped in the cornfield.
No.
Oh, I have no fucking idea. What?
God, what movie was it? He just goes on. It was like a really bad horror movie that was kind of like funny and like whatever. He just goes on the bus and says, "Oh, like, oh my god!" You're like, "Oh," the whole time.
What?
I don't know.
The best part of the podcast where everyone stops talking and thinks.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got one for you. So on this list of top tens, there was a movie called It Follows, and so we're like, oh wow, okay. So we look at it and like, oh wow, the poster's really creepy, whatever. And it turns out to be some like weird curse or something that if this chick fucks you, then
Oh yeah.
this thing. And so my wife and I are watching, like, so the premise is like, if you fuck this chick, this demon follows you trying to kill you, and the only way you can survive is by fucking someone else.
Oh yeah.
And then that person has to fuck someone.
Oh,
I'm like, so this is basically like a shitty STD.
Oh yeah.
Basically, right?
Dude, but because I love like if you like Halloween, you like a John Carpenter's like music styling. They totally took that music styling. Did you actually watch it or no? Did you just read the?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it. The opening was dope.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it gets stupid, but like there's moments where like you're like, oh, dude, when she opens the door and she's like, oh no, I'm here, and then the fucking thing runs out of the darkness behind her. Dude, I shit my pants every time. Ghostface, I call it, when the eyes are wide open and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. What's that? Did you guys ever watch The Haunting of Hill House?
Oh yeah. I didn't watch the second one, but
the hanging woman or whatever, that messed me up. That messed me up for a while.
Dude, I don't know why I watched it, just to keep Chris out of the conversation more. I don't know why I watched it just on my phone, but I was in a dark room, and the scene when they're driving to the house and the dead sister comes out behind them. Dude, I was like, oh! I dropped the phone. It hit me in the face. It was fuck. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Did you watch the second season yet?
Oh, the Bly Manor one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Oh, you don't like it? I heard it's just like, yeah, I've heard a lot of that. My brother said the reason people don't like it is it just Hill House is just perfection, so they just can't compete with it.
You can't. You absolutely can't. It's like I'm a huge video game nerd too, so it's like you cannot compete with Ocarina of Time. That's why they made Majora's Mask, so it could make way for like Windwalker or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, man. Ocarina of Time's legit. Metal Gear Solid, it's legit. I'm sorry, you just can't beat it. Destiny 1 couldn't be beaten. That's why Destiny 2 is bullshit.
Yeah, I have friends who were like really into that, and they were so mad with number two.
Yeah, well, that you gotta almost like clean the palate, almost like you just gotta like you gotta send the sacrificial lamb out there.
It's true.
It sucks.
Well, here I'm gonna break it into another 7. We're at 3:00. You have your lesson, right?
Yeah, noon for me. I'm behind schedule from you guys.
So yes. Whoops. I'm not good at conversion.
Everybody in the world is in the same place because Chris believes in the flat Earth.
All right, so we have 2 minutes left.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Bro, giving him a secret.
Break it in conspiracy theory. What do you think about the lizard people?
So we'll break it into this nice little segment we like to call the Random Silly Questions segment. You ready for this?
Sweet. I'm into
3
this
random
shit.
silly questions coming at you. All right, question number 1. What was one of the best tour stories you have, pranks or something fun that you want to share that happened on the road?
Okay, so I got two. One, it's there was a time we were playing up north, and the guys had all passed out and were only asleep for a little bit, and they got woken up by a dude firing up a chainsaw, screaming, "Nobody fucks with my family." That was a fun story.
So they were pranking them, right?
Yeah, was that?
That was a prank, right? Unless some guys is losing.
I don't think it was.
That was life.
That was a whole thing. But that's coming out in the video we're shooting, so I'll leave that be for now. And the greatest prank I did was it kind of paints me to be an asshole, but I don't smoke, and our drummer smokes, and he was in a bad way at the time where he was a little bit broke, and we stopped at this place, and I bought a pack of cigarettes and didn't tell him. And pretty sure they were his favorite cigarettes. And then as we got to a stop, he's like lighting like the last remaining like filter or whatever.
He's smoking filters.
And I walk up and I go, "Are these the cigarettes you like?" And I just start systematically breaking them. Like, these ones? And then just threw the whole pack and then dumped like Dr. Pepper on the pack or whatever. And then he's like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then I just gave him another whole pack because I had bought 2 packs. It was just
there you go.
That was a pretty good prank.
Oh man,
that's good, playing on someone's addiction like that.
Jeez, dude, that kind of reminds. Oh man, that well, not going back to the chainsaw story, but that kind of reminds me of my friend when they were kids. With some of my friends when they were kids, they went ding dong ditching. And there was
Yeah.
a reason my friend never went ding dong ditching again after this night. I wasn't there, luckily, because I would have shit my pants. They rang someone's doorbell. They ran away. And while they were running away, the guy comes out in his underwear with a samurai sword. He's like, what the fuck? And he just starts chasing at him. I was like, oh, and they were like 10 years old. They're like, and the kid just never, he just could never do it. They're like, we're going ding dong ditching. He's like, I'll stay home. Tell me when you're back. Like, I'll never go again.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's where I kind of,
Oh,
even
God.
now, I cut out when grown men come out, especially if they're actually closer to naked. It sometimes makes it more like they don't give a fuck to that
Like,
level.
where are you
It's like,
going with this?
if they got a weapon and they're naked, I'm out. Like, just get me the fuck out. I'm like, no.
What if the weapon is that they're naked?
It could work. There's something about like, it's like, has he got diseases? What is it? Has he got Corona like 17 or what the fuck? Like, what is
Corona 17.
All right, question number 2. The worst job you ever had?
I sold TVs for the distributor you guys have Best Buy. It was called Future Shop up here. I sold TVs for them and was like the number 1 salesman in the entire fucking company. And they still fired me because I asked for a few days off to record our album.
what?
Yeah.
That's
my God.
ridiculous.
I
But
once
did they
sold
crumble?
$100,000 in gross volume in one 8-hour shift. And I got written up. Is that still called the same thing down there?
Yeah.
I got written up for not getting more than 3% warranties on it.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Are they still around that company? Or
No,
not?
they're broke now. I wonder
Oh,
why.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, because Best Buy's still around, but they're slowly declining. I mean, I don't look at their numbers, but I just see more and more closing.
So Chris is into Excel. He just he just goes through everyone's fucking yearly totals. They're going down. Watch out.
Yeah, they're going down. You're down 6% GM. Yeah.
Who are you? I just shop here occasionally. I just want to let you know that. I keep track. Don't worry.
All right, this one's a lot of fun. Which movie would you take the main actor or actress and replace with Danny DeVito?
Oh,
Actually,
Exorcist.
Okay,
the
that's a
girl
good
or the
one.
priest.
We actually haven't had that answer yet, so that's
I think Danny DeVito as the priest would be amazing.
good.
You know, it'd be also kind of funny when the girl is not possessed. She's the girl, but when she becomes possessed, she just turns into Danny DeVito for some reason.
No, it'd be better the other way.
Oh, she's Danny DeVito. It just turns into a normal girl.
And her mom's all like, "How you doing?" He's like,
Yeah, it
"Eat
would be
your
pretty.
vegetables." that's my Danny DeVito impression.
It'd be great to see Danny DeVito just piss himself in a dress. What's wrong, Danny? Oh, I just pissed myself.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Turns out it's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
That's what I love is that like Danny DeVito has a completely different like outlook or persona. People perceive him differently just based on that show. Where he had like a whole another career before that, but everyone kind of forgets about that now. And they just focus on him being Frank Reynolds.
Kind of like Betty White.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I was watching like the old Game Show Network where she was on it or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, she was because everyone else on the show unfortunately is dead now, except for her, and she's still going now.
I thought she was dead for the longest time, so that's how old she is. I was like, oh
Follow
yeah,
the Twitter trend.
yeah. I thought it was a Twitter thing. I was like, she's dead. Oh my god! And everyone's like, Betty White's here. I'm like, she's back from the dead. She's that strong.
So that was the random silly question segment. And before we let you go, was there anything that you want to mention, talk about, anything with Seismic? November 20th, guys, check it out.
Yeah, November 20th. Grab your pre-orders from us at withoutmercyband.com because when you buy pre-orders directly from us, you're actually supporting the band directly, which is huge for us, right? So go ahead there. Come say hey to us on social media. We're everywhere, and we love to just chat. It's just fun. We still don't understand why we have more than 2 fans because my dad died a few years ago, so that should have been 1 fan.
Oh, shit.
We're down to 1 fan.
Man.
So once my mother heard that joke, it was like, your dad was never a fan.
That's amazing.
That's awesome, dude.
Actually, one of your 2 fans were the other guy's parents. One of them. Like, what?
That's
Oh,
great.
fuck my
Ah,
life.
dude, well, this was a blast. And so with your guitar lessons, do you do anything online? Like if we want lessons from New Jersey, do you guys set that up or no?
Hell yeah, we're doing on Skype and Zoom and the whole 9. Absolutely, we have one of the dare I say one of the most like forward-thinking online programs right now. where we prefab every lesson to you individually, and we help you get better at whatever it is you're trying to get better at. We just take our knowledge and like tweak it to what you're trying to achieve as a goal.
Sweet. And where can people find more information about this?
Take a look up at Temple Music Academy. You can look that at thetemple.ca or templemusicacademy.com or Google or OnlyFans. It's different.
Different business. Different business.
Yeah, just find us, Temple Music Academy. A lot of people call me Ginger Tornado because that's a funny thing. Because I'm a home wrecker.
Coming like a wrecking ball.
Yes. That's why I drink Gatorade. It was cottage cheese for a while.
Oh my god, dude, this was a huge pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining the show. It was great, and best of luck on the Seismic release, man.
Thanks so much. Stay in touch, guys. You guys are a lot of fun to chat.
Oh, it's
with.
awesome. Maybe
Thanks,
come
man.
back when
Thank
the album, a little bit. Maybe when the album comes out, whatever. We'll talk. Anytime you want press, come back to us. You're welcome.
Sweet.
There you go.
My man.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey, brother.
Have a good one.
Enjoy.
See you guys.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. Your host, Chris, Jesse. Hope you guys enjoyed that awesome interview with DJ Temple, with the guitarist. Without Mercy.
He plays guitar. It was a
I
good.
like how like this hand was, but then I went like,
Yeah, he plays
slapping the bass.
He plays guitar. A keyboard. He plays guitar. Triangle.
Guitar.
Just fucking. Dude,
But
Guitar's
dude,
legend.
DJ was awesome, dude. He had a great sense of humor. Fun time talking to him. It was great to get back in the podcast game with him being our return podcast. So.
Yeah, he was awesome. It was a pleasure. I checked out, like I always do. I always check out the band before we interview him. The music was super fun. Unless gotta get back in that game. But
Do it.
yeah, what do you call it? Listen to the discography. Loved it, especially the new songs, the 3 singles. Get the album when it comes out, especially pre-order, like you said in the interview.
Guys, it's gonna come on screen right about now. Boom, Seismic.
On my face. Put it on my face. Did you put it on my face? Right.
It's all over your face.
Leave this, but put it right here.
Yeah, guys. Jesse really wants you to go to an ATM.
No, hashtag get at me.
Hashtag get ATM.
Get
Why are you advertising ATMs? Which one? Which bank?
all of them. I love banks. Banking system is perfect. I don't know why people complain about it. They get bonuses for doing well, or millions.
Oh, so
I just get shit on. So he likes the banking system. Yeah, I like how they bribe everybody. It's great.
Andrew Jackson hates you.
Andrew, I'm kidding. Yeah, what's up?
Wow, really? Anyway, during our conversation, I was talking about like a bus of kids getting like killed or whatever. It was Hobo with a Shotgun. Was the movie I was talking about?
Not
guys,
a horror
all right?
movie.
All right, so I found that out after, and Jesse also had a really good answer for Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
the random silly question where we say which movie or actor or actress would be replaced by Danny DeVito.
it's an action movie. Yeah. So because DJ brought up It Follows. I think it would be great if anyone actually saw It Follows. Great movie, by the way, especially if you like horror movies. Like you said, it's like an STD monster, basically. If you fuck the person that has it, it goes to you, and you have to fuck someone to give it to them. But only the person that has it can see the monster that's trying to kill them. And I think it'd be great if the monster was just Danny DeVito all the time, just following you and trying to kill you.
From ham.
How did that penis taste? You're fucking just trying to get
No, every scene where he enters or something, it would be him coming out of the couch of the sofa. Remember that?
That'd be pretty terrifying.
I just wanna
Dude,
be the
honestly,
killer.
that movie's dope, though. It kind of brought me back because that movie came out in like 2013 or something, dude. That was 14. Wow. Man, 6 years ago. Yeah, it was great. Also, to Chris, though, I think it's funny. That movie's really funny, but you know what I love about it? There's this thing because most of the people that are getting attacked are kids. So they're dealing with it like kids, and I appreciate it because there's this one scene when they come up with a plan to kill the monster, and it was such a kid idea. Like, they want to get it in this pool, and they were going to electrocute it, but how were they going to electrocute it? They plugged in, like, a toaster, a lamp, and they were just going to throw it into this high school, like, almost Olympic-sized pool. And it gets in, they're just, yeah, and nothing happens, and then the guy has a gun. He slips and then shoots the one kid in the arm, like, oh! Like, it's such a kid plan. When it falls apart, you just see all the kids like, I don't know what to do, fucking kill it. Like, it's so funny. Like, I appreciate that. Like, it's just because they're heroes, even though they're, like, 14 or something. I forgot. Like, they didn't just make them smart for some reason, because I know if I was their age, it just wouldn't have worked out. Like I just
Bro,
wouldn't
we
have
were so intelligent. We were brilliant when we were 14,
to
bro.
deal with an STD monster,
Yeah.
let alone an STD. I don't know what I would have did with an
Bro,
STD.
when I was 14, I could survive the apocalypse.
Dude, you know that I hate that, right? Everyone always says that. It kills me. Dude,
Dude,
people
of
that don't know
course.
how to hunt, people that know how to garden, it kills me when they're like, I fucking survived. It's like, yeah, maybe you'll survive the initial onslaught.
Jesse's Bill Burr's coming out.
No, it's not Bill Burr, but it's true though. Like, I have so many people that don't know how to fight, cook, but they don't know how to get the groceries out of the woods. And also, you're in the city. You got to fight to the death for aspirin. Like everyone's gonna rush to CVS or Walgreens or what is
Wawa.
whatever. Not Wawa. It's not in the city.
I
But
know.
it kills me, dude. Yeah, that's why I love Watch It Follows, and also pre-order Seismic. Seismic was dope.
November 20th, guys.
Yeah,
And
it's
shout out
crazy.
to them getting on Blood Blast. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that story was pretty nuts. Also, I probably, not bringing it up during, but it kind of made sense. I thought about it when he said it kind of didn't make sense to him that people like 2 tiers down didn't accept them, but the people like all the way up here accepted them. Because also, I think maybe when you're growing as a label, like the smaller labels, they don't want to take chances as much, I think. Maybe like the bigger labels have room to, and they're also smarter with and they're clearly good. If you listen to their singles, by the way. They know what they're doing. Like they're not just some fucking random ass band.
Yep.
Really good
check
songs.
them out, guys. Uprooted, Disinfect the Soul, and The Disaster. Disinfect the Soul actually has Chris Broderick. You guys might know him from Megadeth, Act of Defiance, and actually,
I loved him when he was
Nevermore.
in
But I
Megadeth.
think it was really funny with there was an interview back in the day when Act of Defiance put out their record, I think 2017 or something, and Chris Broderick talked about how he had all these like solos just like in a vault, just stored away. He's like, yeah, I just haven't been using them yet. Like, how crazy is it that you might have all this material just locked away?
Yeah, when people are just that good, it's actually like that's how you get better though. That's why a lot of those types of people are so good is because, especially when you're writing music, because it's a skill, right?
No.
Like, okay, it's not a skill. They're just good at it. But like really good guitar players or people who write or people who make movies, like there's like the people who just make it right away, right? They get the movie deal, they get the thing. Like Rage Against the Machine, they like their first record, they got it. Like they were signed off. I don't even think their first record came out. I think they were signed before. I forgot what. But like you get better when you write. Most of us normal people, like you get better when you write. And Chris Broderick probably
normal
just
people.
Yeah.
Don't lump me in with you.
Me and Chris Broderick are right here, dude. Like me, Chris, he's right there. I just got to pick up the guitar. But no, like, in reality, when people are really good at something, it's because they put a lot of work in. And if you put a lot of work in to get good at writing, I'm assuming he wrote his fucking ass off. And it must be pretty dope to just fucking be Chris Broderick and be that good.
My art teacher in college told me that if you spend 1,000 hours on anything, whether it be playing guitar, drawing, doing any activity or technique,
you'll suck.
You spend $1,000 on it. No, 1,000 hours, you'll be what was his word?
10,000 hours. What are you talking about?
No, he said 1,000 hours.
Oh, so you just.
Well, what was it? 1,000 hours. You'd be like, I forgot the word he used, like proficient. He didn't say like skilled or anything, but you'll be really good at it.
Well, if you put 1,000 good hours in, that's always the thing that's missing from that, or the 10,000 hours to master. It's the good hours. Because you could do like when I first started playing drums, I just played a bunch of shit I wasn't good at, and I got better. But then I got comfortable, so like I didn't get as good faster because
that wall of comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I just like playing that one song, right? And that's what people do. Like you get good enough to play your favorite music, and then you might not get better to play harder songs.
My problem was if a song was too frustrating, I would stop, even if I liked the song.
But that's why they say embrace the suck. Like Mike Johnston, one of the best online drum teachers of all time, he's like, yeah, embrace the suck. I remember I said that to somebody, and they didn't like that. I forgot what. It was someone that I worked with, and she was just like
when you brought up Punishers?
No. This was not in an interview. But no, it was a lady I was working with, and she was like, oh, I was trying to get good at this, but I suck. It's like, well, you got to embrace the suck. She's like, I don't like how you phrase it like that. I'm like, well, it's true. Like any good.
No one wants to suck, dude.
Like even though we just joked about Chris Broderick's not a normal person, right? Even he sucked at guitar.
Yeah. You all start somewhere.
Jeff Loomis, he sucked at guitar.
Nah, man, he came right out of the womb just shredding.
He came out of the womb just crushing it.
Weeping. Just fucking going.
He was just using his umbilical cord, just just fucking just riffing it down. The 24th fret was on his belly button. Just fucking-
I mean, just
riff-
from being quarantined and like picking up the guitar again and practicing, like I feel like I've gotten how I used to play before, but just playing with a metronome right now, it does help. Obviously, you hear so many musicians talk about it, but it infuriates me.
Oh yeah,
Like
because
I
it's
get
never wrong.
actually it is when you use. I'm sorry,
online
Ultimate
one.
Guitar, you're great. Ultimate Guitar, I love you guys, but your app randomly, the metronome just maybe it's my phone with the app, but randomly, like how it's like a metronome's going, it will randomly just go off beat at once
Yeah,
and then go back.
yeah, but buy an actual metronome, or
Whoa.
well, I don't.
Did.
Okay,
I bought the app.
yeah, right. Every
Ultimate Guitar
metronome.
app is actually really handy, guys.
Well, it does
Shout
seem
out
like
to them.
especially with guitar.
Sponsors, free ads.
Imagine. Yeah. Well, the only one I found that sucked really bad was the Google metronome. When you Google metronome, it just comes up under the search bar, and you can't
Really?
control the volume. It's rough. When you just put that on, my computer's loud as shit. Maybe I don't know what it is.
I think I did like metronome.com or
sucks.
something. Metronome online. That one was really is like blue, and it really broke it down really nicely.
But you know what
That
I
was
compare
really
it to? Because back in the day when I worked out for a good week, I remember I met this just fucking yoked as fuck Irish guy at the gym who just he just had like shin
Seamus?
pads and fucking he kind of looked like Seamus. He was ripped. He was a great guy. But he ran me through because I asked him about striking because he had all the fucking gear. And I was like, yeah, it would just show me. Dude, when you work the heavy bag, given I have no skill of striking, I never got taught. So you're just kind of learning some bullshit combos. But when you hit pads, when you're working off of someone else's tempo, which is what a metronome does. Because when you're playing by yourself, you're thinking you're in time, but you're subconsciously, as you get tired, you're going to slow down a little bit. You're playing off of your time. Where when you work with someone with pads or you're working with a metronome, you're playing with someone else's time, and that's why it's so fucking tiring. Yeah. Because you're just oh my God, you'll let yourself slip when they're like, no, right here, you missed. Over here. Faster. I remember, dude, the level of sweat from me hitting the heavy bag, because I thought I was hitting. I was like, and then him, he's like, watch out, gaga, watch out, gaga. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. And the same thing with metronome, dude. You're fucking doing your paradiddles. Oh, dude, it's so tiring. You're just, especially the aggravation. At least this, you'll hear they slap your hand as you're fucking coming in, so it makes a louder sound. It makes you feel like you're Mike Tyson. But when it comes to metronome, the second you hear that offbeat and it was you, that's what sucks about a metronome.
Yeah,
because it's not because it sucks. It's because you suck and you should have stayed with it. It's like when I'm doing a paradiddle, especially there's this paradiddle exercise. I know I'm going to this single to doubles. It's a little bit tricky.
All the drum nerds are coming out right now.
All right. There's this accenting thing I learned from Tommy Igo. That's you accent some off notes in a paradiddle. You're not just accenting the first notes like a normal paradiddle. When you do that one and you go from single to double to triple, dude, that double, single to double. Dude, how many times I've heard that stupid fucking metronome just come out? I'm just then you just zoom it back down 20. You're just oh my God, just fuck my entire life. Then you get confident, you go up 5, you go down 2. You're just trying to zone in on where you're good. You're oh, this blows. It sucks, dude.
Nice
Especially
little
guitar.
metronome talk right there. If any of our listeners tuned out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Why?
Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, metronomes suck.
No, it's just you get PTSD when you actually. I got really annoyed because I heard something in a song that sounded like a metronome, but it wasn't. It was just I don't know what it was, and I was angry.
Well, that's why I like the electronic drums, all the rolling, the anytime any big drummers do a master class. I know it's about Tony Royster Jr. He's let me show you how to have fun in 5/8 or some bullshit. And he just he put on the metronome. You can change the voice on the drum set. It's not just blink, 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 blink. Mm-hmm. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just and he just starts riffing. I'm one, that would just piss me off. Imagine that being your sound. I could never do it because if I fucked up and you're hearing this dork fucking scream the time signature at you, especially 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's it freaks me out. I'm just
sergeant yelling at you.
Oh, dude, Chris Coleman did that too, and of course he used that dumbass voice one, and
it's a hard D, bro.
Dude, Chris Coleman's a gangster. When it comes to playing out of time, that guy is just he lives in the Matrix. We talked about the Matrix in the episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, he lives in it. He's just like 7, no big
Pantera.
deal. And he just riffs. But yeah, that voice. Try that. Maybe it'll make it better. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You accent the other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, it kills me.
Well, if anyone's still listening to our show right now, we appreciate you listening. If you want to pick up anything from Without Mercy, the Seismic album comes out November 20th. They said do it. DJ mentioned doing it from their website. It's withoutmercyband.com. I think that's it. Actually,
It's all going to be in the.
Did I mention that? It's all going to be in the description anyway. But go to the band's website because that directly supports them. It helps them out.
Their
right
website is just a store. So if you go to it, you just go right in. It'll show you all the little care packages they have with shirts, CDs, and all that good stuff.
Pretty good
Posters.
merch there too, guys. Awesome shirt. They
have
cool
a good logo.
So yeah, make sure you guys do that November 20th. Blood Blast label distribution. Pretty awesome right there. So, and remember, you guys, you can catch us on Spotify, Stitcher, because if you're watching this on YouTube,
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcast. I think we're on 11 platforms right now. So all the major platforms we are on. So what?
Whoop de whoop. We're all fucking ICP fans. Whoop de whoop.
And right now, Jesse is a reaction artist. Tell us about that.
Took a little break.
Don't care.
Yeah. No, actually, I gave up on that. I'm actually becoming the voice for all metronomes for Yamaha.
Jesse's
for Yamaha.
What's that called? A human poster board for ATMs.
Get at me. Come on, bro.
I'm telling you, dude, the E is like not there.
Dude, if you give me some Bush Light beer, dude, I'll show you a bro, dude. That's what this headband is. Bro.
Get ATMs. All right.
Yeah, actually, just weird. Broscience.com. Go by.
Check out Jesse's reaction channel. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that'd be youtube.com/c/insid1. I won't lie. I haven't put out a little bit, but I'm coming back. Don't worry. And then, that's pretty good. And then check out my boy
Back
over here.
with another reaction.
Finally, back with another reaction.
And I still do my radio show. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jess.
You.
Oh, you were swinging it my way?
Yeah. Oh, you over here. My boy over there.
Okay. Yeah. So still do my show with WMSC Tuesday night, 7 to 10 p.m. Yeah. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And it's also going to be on SoundCloud, my interviews. Whoever I have on there will be on SoundCloud.com. I also put them on my YouTube channel. And then my archives for my show, let's say you couldn't tune into it live, you can view it on mixcloud.com/MTB experience. So fun stuff there. The SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/WMSC.
And also, I actually like to say this because I kind of realize we don't say it, but because we do, one, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel or his YouTube channel.
Yes.
That's his YouTube channel.
Comment whenever you guys can.
Comment what your favorite part of it. Comment also people you want us to interview or people you want to see or whatever. And, just communicate with us. Just talk, and we'll talk back. And also if you got questions, we'll look at those and possibly ask you on our next, popular things you want to know from bands. And then also, because we're on other platforms, especially Apple Podcasts, I'm pretty sure we're on Apple Podcasts, right?
Yep.
Give us a 5-star review. Leave questions there. Tell us what you like about it. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, more feedback helps the show and makes it better for you guys.
And also, we're not even asking for only good stuff, too. Preferably good stuff. If you got stuff that make us better without being dicks, don't be cocks.
If you are like, guys, I'm so tired of hearing you fucking talk about that Vane show, you can tell us that.
It's not going to stop. I don't have many life experiences.
One time we saw Vane. I should have actually put that out as a compilation.
Yeah, that could be good. I'm not stopping. I don't have many life experiences, and when I got rocked by that douche in that Vane show, that really cemented it in my brain.
Yeah, we'll never forget. We'll be on episode 500, and we'll be talking about that.
You want to know why I never forget? Is because not bringing up the Vane show, but bringing up the Vane show. The reason is because it was a very much a book, a beginning chapter. Like a show is like to be continued after the punch. The next chapter was the time I finally became an old person at a show. Because all the other shows I've been hit and punched and hit in my nose and fucked it. Oh, my face hurts. I've been hit so many times. But that was the moment I was like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go pay money to go sit up top and just watch. Like, usually I was like, I want to be down here with the action. It's like,
well, let's see if that ever happens again.
Dude, I'll pay. Right now, at my heaviest, I'm not dealing with that shit. Let me get up top. I'm sitting in my bubble, just watching
The bubble
the
system.
I am the bubble.
But all right, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy this. Remember, Without Mercy, Seismic, November 20th, and yeah, until next time, my friends, keep it real.